Good morning, Theo here. And today we talk about hacking. That's probably not a topic I think I've ever actually talked about before. Uh, this could get interesting, considering we've apparently have stolen something of value from Microsoft. And we are also now willing to sell it back to them, or to somebody, and not get caught. You know what? Never mind. Let's just roll. Let's go with let's get into it. All right. Roll the intro. Apparently, I just keep botching this whole thing when I first start up. I don't know. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore as in I've restarted this entire thing like 4 or 5 times now. I can't keep doing it. Oh, I'm too tired. Anyway, that is all because that's my fault. Anyway, well, yeah, apparently somebody has stolen the source code for the upcoming Xbox Series X. Okay, I'm sorry, but I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get that to roll off the tongue naturally or not, because that is such a mouthful to do. Xbox Series X. Why? I mean, I got it. We had the Xbox 360, then the Xbox One. Then if I say the Xbox One, nobody knows if I'm talking about the classic OG Xbox, the actual Xbox One. Yeah. Anyway, but did we really have to jump to Xbox Series X? Okay. Alright, names aside. Somebody has hacked something, they've gotten some information, and they are wanting to hold it for ransom for $100 million. And, yeah, that is incredibly dumb. Look, this isn't the movies, and you know, there are hacks and things out there. You know, stuff does happen where people will hack. There'll be a data breach, and then information gets sold in less reputable locations, right? But this person, I don't think actually knows what they're doing. Oh. I just got it. I figured it out. This person did not hack a single system. This person works for Microsoft. Stumbled across the files, transferred it to something else, you know, like a thumb drive or something like this. You know, they took a SanDisk or a Cruise Glide or anything, I don't know. And they copied it to this, took it home, and then set on it. And now they're pretending that they hacked a system, came up with a story as to how they did it, and are now attempting to offer it to people for $1 million or $100 million, knowing that's not how any of this works. Like, seriously, if you went and you stole that, I don't think you'll be publicly announcing this kind of stuff. You'd make your way to the more, you know, unreputable portions of the internet, places that you need like Tor or something to get to, and then selling that information to other people there who might want to use it or something, or to other governments or whatever else. Anyway, you know, you wouldn't come out and anyway, that's my take. Yeah. Okay, if I can continue to stop, or if I could stop hiccuping for just 2 seconds, we can get into this. So get your coffee, maybe your popcorn. I think that's how the saying's supposed to go, but you know, I never have popcorn. I just have this, the Java. So, all right, we got that. We've taken a drink, and let's look. A hacker has stolen the source code for the graphics processors in the upcoming Xbox Series X game consoles and is demanding a $100 million ransom for the files. The company said that they had initially been contacted in December by a person claiming to have test files related to the subset of our current and future graphics products. That's right. They have it all. They've got the Xbox Series X. They've got future products. They've got the information on graphic cards that you couldn't even imagine yet because they're not invented. Anyway, they got something, that's for sure, because they did release proof. Part of the files includes code related to AMD's Radeon graphics processor, which was designed for the Xbox Series X game consoles, currently scheduled for release in the fall of 2020, which, could actually change now with this whole koofing thing happening and the viral outbreaks and stuff. We may not see that. Just saying. So don't be surprised if Christmas comes and there are no Xboxes or PlayStation 5s to buy because they ran out of stuff to make. I guess it just depends on how bad it gets. The hacker also took source files for AMD's Navi 10 and Navi 21 graphics chips, which are intended for uses on PCs. In the interview with Torrent Freak, the hacker said she originally found the files on an unsecured computer in November 2019. The source code was unexpectedly archived from an unprotected computer / server through some exploits, she said. Source code was unexpectedly archived from an unprotected... Okay. I'm going to assume that quote is wrong because kind of doesn't really make sense. I mean, it kind of does. It's like, so you came through a server, right? You found a computer on said server, a workstation on the server, and through some kind of exploits, you found an unprotected archive of the source code. I mean, it's possible. It's a weird way of saying it. I mean, even if you're in the know and you're saying it for like layman's terms for other people to understand, it just is a weird way of putting that sentence. I don't know. Still think works for Microsoft. And just sort of found it in a file somewhere and was like, oh, what's this? Ooh, I'm going to take this because she shouldn't be there because maybe somebody messed up her certificates or something, her security certificates. And she wound up in drive 88, 3000, whatever. I don't know how they've got their network segregated and drives set up. But I'm willing to bet that everybody's using similar drives for depending on what projects they're using. That's on a server, of course. Anyway, I later found out about the files inside it. They weren't even protected properly and even encrypted with anything, which is just sad. Well, why should they be? I mean, to be totally honest, I feel like this was on an intranet computer and there was no need to. Either A, somebody saved it, right? Saved a copy of it, or made a save at some point and saved it in the wrong location. That's possible. B, this is on an intranet computer, not an internet computer, which means it is set up internally with an internal network that does not have access to the outside world. Therefore, it's incredibly difficult to actually hack into because you have to be on site and connected to the internet in order to access those stations, right? So if that's the case, then yeah, definitely totally works for Microsoft. Somebody can actually say, my aunt works for Microsoft. And yeah, anyway. The source code was briefly made public on GitHub, but was quickly taken down after AMD registered a series of DMCA claims, which of course means you know it's legitimate at this point, because if it wasn't, probably no reason for a DMCA. The hacker says she will release the code for 100 million, but if I get no buyer, we'll just leak everything. Which is why I find this really, really dumb. Because one, you don't have to let everybody know you have it, right? I mean, for bragging rights, eventually you will. You put parts of it on GitHub or whatnot, and you've had offers. You've already been working on getting offers in the other parts of the internet, of course, the deeper layers, or from other companies or something like that. But you wouldn't do it out in the open, right? Because companies aren't going to touch you, right? So you have AMD stuff, and let's say company Laffy Taffy over here, probably not a real company. Somebody's going to find a real company called Laffy Taffy, aren't you? Anyway, Laffy Taffy over here decides they want that information. So they decide they're going to buy it from you. But they're not going to be open about it, right? Because they don't want anybody to know about it because they, I don't know, they operate in Sweden or something. And it would be bad if everybody found out. But, if you're open about it, then that means everybody knows about this, which means anybody who actually comes up with this information at any point in time or something really, really close to it, it's going to be a kind of, you bought that from that hacker, didn't you? And it's kind of a telltale sign, right? People are going to be like, no. In fact, they're probably going to work with law enforcement to go ahead and bring you down at that point, because how are they going to be able to trust you, or how are you going to trust them, and all this other stuff? And if you're threatening to just throw it all on the internet anyway, then why bother? Sure, their competitors are going to have it, but they didn't have to pay $100 million for it either and risk, really bad things from the government happening or something. They can just, we'll wait. We can wait. You got all this? That's cool. Sounds awesome. Sounds amazing. So when's the deadline for you to release it to the world? Because we're waiting for free. That is so dumb. But I'm honestly skeptical of whether or not this person actually hacked anything. I think that this person must be an employee or knows an employee, one of the two, who has access to it or found access to it by pure accident because of somebody else's negligence. Either they saved it into the wrong folder, on the wrong, server or whatever, on the wrong hard drive, wherever it is, the wrong drive, or, that I think that's about it. or she actually just works there and pulled it down from somewhere and was like, "Ooh, let me hold on to this." I don't, honestly, I just don't feel like they hacked them at all. Because, one, why would you come out and tell everybody that you've got the source code like this, of all things? And why haven't you taken care of this in secret at this point? This is why it takes a while for people to learn about data breaches, right? Because when people breach something, right, and they steal all this stuff like, social security numbers and addresses and emails and passwords and things like that, they don't openly run off and go, "Hey guys, guess what? I stole all this stuff. Does anybody want to buy it?" No, they go and they take care of it on the other side, and nobody really hears about it until the company finally eventually gets to the point months later, after they've exhausted probably all their avenues of trying to figure out who hacked them, and have to come out and go, "Hey guys, by the way, last year in March, we had a massive data breach and they stole possibly all this stuff. You might want to change your passwords." because that's how it happens. You know, they wait a bit and then they tell you, yeah, you might want to. You know, it's usually a year later. Yeah, I don't think this was an actual hack, but that's just me. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. So, I guess with all that, I'm Zio. This is Zio Gaming, and I will see you in the next one.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course, there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.